are purple.
I think you're funny.
Thanks, Preston.
My heart's purple.
Have you ever snuck out of the house? Oh, he has, hasn't he?
That's true.
I'm gonna say I'm naughty.
Mom, Dad, if you're watching this video, stop.
Have you ever kissed a girl?
Yes.
You're so proud of it, too.
True.
Oh,
Shoot, dog.
sheesh, she's a player. Josh, are you in love with someone?
Yes.
True.
Oh!
Wait, it's just to confirm, it's not a family member.
No, it's not a family member.
Now, this is a spicier one. You don't have to answer, but you will get shocked. Do you think your girlfriend is prettier than Brianna?
Yes.
It's true.
Okay, he needed to answer that one that way. What? You didn't even need to add that! Please leave a like on this video for him to stop singing. Do you have a least favorite sibling?
Yes.
True.
Is that, wait, hold on. Is that least favorite sibling me?
No, it's me, but why?
That's true.
Everybody's been asking me this for years. When you were older, do you want to make YouTube videos?
Inconclusive.
That's true.
Do you?
Yes.
Gosh.
What was that? You sound. Hey. Do you think I'm funny?
Yes.
I can't.
All right, Josh, I just want to let you know that I have them all set to a 10.
What?
Do you think?
Favorite,
I'm the
because you're
youngest.
Do you enjoy being the youngest in the family?
No.
That's true.
Wait, so wait, do you wish you were like the middle child or like the older? You wish you were the middle child?
You do not wish you were the middle
I
child.
wish I was 03.
Oh, wait, you said what?
I was
In the family.
Yes.
That's true.
Literally no chance, boys. Zero chance.
It's long and curly. That's not. That's good.
Who do you think has the worst hair, including our parents and everybody in the family?
Caleb.
That's true.
Oh, what are you doing in there?
You know what that means?
Oh, it's time for the 10 out of 10
Please
Zap.
don't. Please don't.
Are you ever gonna start working out with me?
Yes.
That's true.
Okay.
Wait. Do you ever wish you had a different mom?
No.
That's true.
Okay. Do you ever wish you had a different Preston brother?
No.
Sounds like R2-D2.
And here I was thinking that you were my favorite sibling.
Ow.
Sister, do you prefer Brianna's videos over mine?
No.
From the warehouse.
No.
That didn't come out very good.
Shocker! Well, don't be a thief.
Yes.
Okay.
What? It's true? What? Way!
Okay.
Bro, hold on. I love my sister. Do you like my hairstyle?
No.
Why?
So tall.
Am I your favorite sibling?
No.
That's true.
Because you know her favorite one's sitting right next to her. So
I don't
mean,
have a favorite. I like them all for different reasons.
Lies and thighs. We all know you've been dating Scott. You will marry him.
Yes.
That's true.
New brother? New brother?
Dude, imagine that came out false.
Do you think you're going to have kids before me?
No.
It's true.
Fire merch from firemerch.com. You get 10,000 extra entries. Each custom box gets bigger every week. Do you think that Bree and I have a healthy marriage?
Inconclusive.
Thank you for answering my questions. Now we will move on.
You're so not intimidating.
Have you ever wanted to hit me?
Yes.
Can I step out?
Don't worry, Josh. I'll hit him for you.
Yeah.
That didn't come out very good.
Zap.
No.
Maybe next time, Keely, you'll give us a straight answer.
Yeah. Stop lying.
I'm not lying.
Do you think I look better with a beanie on?
Yes.
True.
That's not.
I shave you. Do you like Joshua's hair more than mine?
Yes.
It's true.
You're mean! I'm gonna shock you!
Stop. Because literally I couldn't.
Do you think I am annoying?
Yes.
That's true.
Brothers are always annoying, no matter how amazing they are.
For what it's worth, I think so also.
Oh, shots fired.
Your favorite sibling?
Yes.
It's true.
I told you. I've been talking about it all along.
Ever snuck outside of the house?
No.
Have you ever stolen from me?
No.
True.
Sit still. Have you ever wanted to punch me in the face?
Yes.
True.
Violence! Never the answer! Never! So for your final question, Caleb, this is a big one.
How is that not true?
Are you Wait a second! It's time for a Zach!
At least I'm a good liar. Oh!
How dare you!
Are we really good cop, bad cop, or like what's the
I
vibe
think we're
here?
both bad cops.
I love it. All right.
Different style of voice. If I said no, I don't think yours was better or worse. I just think we're different.
Do you think that I don't work hard enough in the gym?
Called our sister.
Yes.
Okay.
I go to the.
It's true.
It's scandalous!
Have you ever disliked my boyfriend Scott?
Yes.
Same!
Wait, say it! What? This is gonna ruin our friendship, or it's gonna make our sibling bond stronger.
Caleb, honestly, you did a really good job. See?
Yeah.
That's not gonna stop me from shocking you on occasion.
End space, I don't know, purgatory, that is,
Nothing. Yeah, it's just a beautiful nothing, an absence
Wonderful.
of a thing.
it is a tofu environment of which he is the only salt. And I love talking to you, you know, want to have you on in crossover episodes, but I don't really know you as well as I'd like, and we've been trying to have dinner with each
have.
other and our wives.
We were nearly there. We were so nearly there.
And then COVID hit, and we had to cancel. So I don't really know you as well as I'd like, but I.
And I'm never, ever I will be buried in that jacket.
Okay, next time you're on, if you could wear that jacket, I'd really appreciate it.
Done.
What's the scariest animal?
I mean, honestly, terrifying.
Why? But
Those
they're
things
scaly, they burrow in the ground. I don't understand what.
They're gigantic. The next pandemic that we're inflicted by may well come from a pangolin. They are incredible vessels for disease.
All right. Yeah.
The cute ones get you.
Yep. Apples or oranges?
Apples.
This is correct because you can put peanut butter on an apple.
Because you can put
Peanut butter on an apple.
That might be the most you can put peanut butter on an apple. Should you?
Of course. Okay.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
You're using an apple as a spoon, then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A
fine.
slice of apple.
As long as you.
A sli-
That moment I realized I have the capacity to inflict pain
On an adult.
on an adult. I hurt you. You're hurt, and I did that. I am become death.
Destroyer of dibbles. What? By the way, that whole story.
Yeah, that's
right.
Kenilworth Road, sure, that's a place.
100%. Yeah. Off of
Did you
Burning
have to
Tree.
go through a wardrobe to get there?
Yeah. Okay. What do you think happens when we die?
I mean, I would hope.
That would be nice too. Or like right before you fall asleep in a nap, that sort of swallowing feel, the sheets just come to get you.
You describe that's panic-inducing. What you just described to me. I'll take the chair.
Okay. Favorite action movie? The Great Escape. Come on, The Great Escape. Nothing? That's an action movie. Of course, that's an action movie.
In that case, I got one. Saving Private Ryan.
I guess that's an action movie.
Tarmac. I like tarmac before it's spread down. Or creosote. When you walk past a freshly creosoted fence.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
a
I'll take
cheap.
that.
That's a cheap high.
Yeah.
Okay, least favorite smell.
A not great egg.
Flat or sparkling?
Oh, sparkling. Come on. Treat yourself.
Let's have a party.
Treat yourself.
You get one song to listen to for the rest. All right.
There's so much going on in there.
That's
If you
pretty
get
good.
tired of that song, it's your fault.
I'll buy it. I'll buy it. What number am I thinking of?
42.
No. Okay. Describe
Describe the rest of my life from this point. I have no idea.
John Oliver, congratulations. You are known.
Now, and so does PayPal and Starbucks and Whole Foods and Home Depot. 1 in 10 Americans used their stimulus checks to invest in one of thousands of cryptocurrencies in existence, Bitcoin being the most famous, but there's also Ethereum called Cumrocket. There's also one called Dogecoin that someone started as a joke, but as far as I can tell, I fully understand that our financial system isn't perfect, but at least it's real. Apple stock is worth money because Apple makes $1,000 phones that everyone buys and they need to be worth more than the market cap of Ford and Kraft Foods, and it has no product and no workers. It's just Easter Bunny cartoon cash. I've read articles about cryptocurrency, I've had it explained to me, and I still don't get it. Where instead of actually making something or providing a service for money, you could make money in the exciting field of money. But we knew money had to originate from and be generated by something real somewhere, to which Warren Buffett says, cryptocurrencies basically have no value and they don't produce anything. What you hope is that somebody else comes along and pays you more money for them later on, but then that person's got the problem. In terms of value, or as another analyst put it, it's an open Ponzi scheme. It's like having an imaginary best friend who's also a banker. This is how the world economy crashed in 2009. Our problem here is at root, not economic, but psychological. People who have been raised in a virtual world are starting to believe is literally a game. Bitcoins are created by what they call mining, but not the kind of mining that's done by 7 dwarves who share a woman. This thinking of a number between 1 and 10, except times a gazillion, and the guy guessing the number lives in China, and the guy who knows the number lives in the Matrix. Product made or service rendered. It's like Tinkerbell's light. Its power source is based solely on enough children believing in it. What a 15-year-old calls the weekend. Bitcoin uses more energy than Netflix, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, and Google combined. I mean, cars are bad for somewhere. In Tiger Woods' case, a tree. But this, with electric cars, and then participate in destroying it with this completely unnecessary online play money. Almost all the people who tout millennials, the Gen Zers, the Silicon Valley types, these are all the same people who see themselves as hip and progressive and big environmentalists. Bullshit. You're money-hungry opportunists, and you're not allowed to pretend you care about the environment. Cognitive dissonance, a disconnect between who you think you are and what you actually do. I call it being full of shit.
A little out of character. You guys look really cool. So let's do it. The door! Open the door! Morty, will you stop trying to... Everybody attack one at a cyberpunk bird.
Is this why you wanted to get out of town?
You thought why we're on vacation, Morty? I wouldn't lie to you. Well, huh.
What if we become anymore?
Because it's fun, you little rat.
Morty.
Huh. Well, I don't like this.
New Rick at 11 p.m.
Oh my God! Come on!
And stream seasons 1 through 4 X now.
Notices something weird. In the picture, the sign reads high die, but when she looks back up, the light is still on. She can feel that something is off, but has no idea that she's just seen a premonition of her own future. Going around the theme park, she takes photos of her other classmate who wants to join her, but they decide to settle this fairly and toss a coin. Kevin here loses the flip and gets stuck with Wendy to sit in the back. Okay, normally roller coasters are incredibly safe, and statistically, you have a 1 in 750 million chance of dying on a ride. When she approaches the cars, she walks up to gate 6. This guy cuts in front of them and tries to steal their seats, but that makes 3 people at the gate, and 3 sixes is the number of the beast. They move further back, but their seats are stolen by a bunch of underage kids who aren't even allowed to be here. Take my superstitions a little more seriously. Now, even though an accident is statistically rare, that doesn't mean it couldn't happen to you. For over a decade, Action Park in Vernon, New Jersey was the most dangerous amusement park in US history, with regular injuries and even tragic deaths from the ride. A roller coaster train drives over it, breaking the hydraulics and turning their screams of joy into absolute fear. The restraints suddenly unlock, and they hold on for dear life as the cars go through another loop. The wheels fly off their axles, and the front car gets unhitched, sending the riders tumbling to their deaths. This kid hold on for as long as they can, but these two lose their grip and plummet to their deaths, leaving Wendy and Kevin here as the only 2 passengers left. Okay, if they were looking for a thrill, they've definitely gotten their money's worth. Despite all odds, they actually have a chance here to save themselves before they stand the right way up. I would try to climb over the car and onto the rails of the roller coaster, because we can wait there to be rescued. But as long as we're hanging upside down in our seats, we have no control over what happens. I would try to take off my jacket and wrap it around the wheels in a figure 8, tying the roller coaster down, but it's going to make a huge difference because there's no momentum here to push the cars forward. So the whole thing could easily be stabilized by my jacket because the wheels wouldn't be able to start moving enough to gain inertia. Working together, they rock the train back and forth until they finally come loose, but Kevin get attention. Kevin here steps up to defend her and they get into a fight as others nearby join in. The security manages to break it up and throws them all off the ride, leaving her boyfriend here stuck in his seat. Okay, this is some serious voodoo magic. There's no doubt in my mind off the premises. We need to lie through our teeth and say anything necessary even if it gets us in trouble, because otherwise 17 people will get killed. I would tell them that I personally sabotaged the ride and wanted to die on the roller coaster, but I couldn't go through with it. Nobody in their right mind would legate it. Now, when they question her, they will quickly find out that she doesn't know a damn thing about roller coaster mechanics and the threat will be dismissed. But this is something I can live with, because as long as me and my friends are not on that ride, we've done our job. Still in shock, Wendy walks towards the X to happen. I would shove this guy out of the way and push the stop button. If all you're willing to do is shout at your boyfriend before he dies, then you don't deserve him. Days later, the girl is at school to pick up her diploma and clean out her locker, but she's still tormented by everything that happened. Outs her up, but before she leaves, Kevin admits that he's been looking for answers and has found them. 6 years ago, a class of students were on a trip to Paris when one kid had a vision that the plane was going to blow up. He and his friends were thrown out, and just like her vision of the roller coaster, it all came true. The plane exploded, showing more initiative at finding answers than she is. After what she's been through, any theory, no matter how crazy, needs to be considered because these events have happened before, and there are plenty of records on these freak accidents. If she took the science seriously enough to research, she would realize death has 5 main rules. Person in the kill order. Number 3, death leaves clues for the survivors to figure out how they're going to die. Number 4, death will not allow you to kill yourself, and you can't die until it's your turn. Number 5, you can only escape death's design by creating a new life for graduation. The receptionist is in a rush and leaves to answer a phone call, using a bottle of lotion as a door jamb, not knowing that this one act will set 2 more deaths into motion. The girls walk into a tanning room and the blonde puts her drink down on this table while her friend turns up the temperature on the tops off the wall. Taking off their clothes, they lay down on the tanning beds and shut the lids as they start jamming out to their music. But they don't realize that the slushie is condensing over a dangerous electrical unit and the circuits begin to smoke. Outside, the door has squeezed out all of the lotion in the bottle and its shelf has trapped them inside. The heat begins to boil their skin and they scream in pain, alerting the receptionist, but he finds that the back door is jammed shut and the front door has been locked from the inside. No one's coming to save them, and the tanning beds burst into flames. That's 2 dead, and there are 8 surviving in by a couple of inches at most. All you need to do is nudge the shelf into the other girl's tanning bed, and you're free. The fact they didn't figure this out is astounding, and all I can say is, at least they died doing what they love, and now they've got smoking hot bodies to show for it. But there is one item that's a higher situation. Displate. A high-quality print on metal of the things that you are passionate about is mounted with the help of a magnet with no additional tools. It's easy to put up, and it definitely won't fall down and crush you. There are many cool designs available on the website, and with every good, feel good, and do good while staying alive. You can check them out by clicking the link in the description. And you can also use my discount code that will be activated once you click on the link in the description and add your disc plates to the cart for 20% off when you buy 1 or 2 and 30% off when you buy Vantage. Right now, the clues are difficult to find because it could be anything in the photo, so what we need is a pattern. I would gather the survivors and take as many pictures of them as we can in different situations, because if the rule is true, then we will start to find the same clues in every single photo we take, and we will be girls on the ride. They pull over into a drive-thru nearby so they can take another look at the photo. There's nothing that stands out, but that's when the girl remembers Frankie was wearing a mudflap girl necklace that day. This could be the clue that tells them how he's going to die. They pull up to the window to place their necklace on the ground. The kids realize that the person who just got killed was Frankie, the camera guy. That's another one down, and there are 7 survivors left. Okay, I know this looks bad, but this could have been a lot worse. They escaped with their lives, but they also had a few more options they didn't consider a turn. With this information, they could have put together that this truck is not intended for them at all, and that with a freak accident in the making, Frankie must be nearby. This means the best way out of this situation is to do absolutely nothing. If we know that we're not going to die until it's our turn, then exactly where we are, the death trap would avoid us and head right for Frankie. Now, if they weren't panicking, they would have realized that there were clues about everything that was going to happen. First, they nearly crashed into a truck on their way to the drive-thru, and since they know that Frankie's sign is a mudflap girl, they should have considered this on turn around, look at me. This is word for word all they needed to say to save this guy from imminent death. Now, personally, I would have taken the more direct approach here and rammed into his car to get his attention. He would have turned around mad as hell and would see the truck headed straight for him. Death was giving them the eye. He drops his bar belt and the impact knocks the swords loose. They swing down and slice through the cables on Lewis's machine, but nothing happens. He brags that Death can't touch him, and the jock does one last victory rep, but the weights fold down and crush his head. That's 4 dead, and if there's anybody you don't want to taunt, it's Death. I can understand why Lewis here would be skeptical, because the crap that's coming out of their mouths is absolutely insane. Unfortunately, it also happens to be true. If I were him, I would ignore them as well, but that attitude would change really quickly in my head. It would be enough for me to believe them, and I would thank my lucky stars that I survived. Now, even if he doesn't believe us, there is one thing we could try in order to save his life. If he insists on working out, we can goad him into a safer workout routine. I would tell him that he's a f***ing unknowingly knocks a length of chain loose and unravels, catching a hook that turns the ignition of the keys in the forklift. The vehicle accelerates forward, and Death is already here to set up his next trap. The goth kid mentions that if Death really is hunting them down in a specific order, then the definitely worth killing that person for the greater good. If the last person dies before anyone else, it goes against the order we were supposed to die in. This is a way we could force Death to bend his own rules, and maybe it will break his master plan enough to set us free. Either the last person stakes. The forklift suddenly rams into this wall, which knocks everything off the shelves. The girl pushes the kid out of the way and saves his life as everything comes tumbling down. She's just intervened in Death's plan, and now it has skipped to the next person in line. The goth girl slams her head into a fully loaded nail gun, turning her face into a human pincushion. All of her friends watch in horror as it becomes undeniably clear that they're all one step closer to death, and now there are 5 survivors remaining. Okay, it's not the best timing, but this I told you so. Earlier, these kids actually admitted that they didn't know who to be killed first between the 2 of them. If they really wanted to protect these guys, all this effort trying to convince them that their lives are in danger is a massive waste of time, and they did a piss poor job of it. If it's me, to a full-on hostage situation, that's fine with me too. I'm not doing any of this for them, I'm doing it to save my own life. I would rather lock them in a cage against their will where there is no possible way to die, because the longer I keep them alive, the longer I keep myself alive, and that's all Death's list. She's about to leave for the Tricentennial Fair to warn them, and he reminds her that they'll be next if they don't save her sister. Kevin tells her it's now the right time to look at their death photos for clues. Checking the computer, she looks at his picture and finds one of him squinting from a bright light. Death. If we drive out of here, then instead of fireworks being the most likely sign, it could easily change to a car's headlights. It's turning dark, and we could be killed in a head-on collision, which statistically is way more likely than dying by fireworks. So staying at the fair might actually be this both be alive, and she can thank us later. Kevin here is getting nervous as he sees danger everywhere he turns. The tall flame of a barbecue, the sharpened sword of a reenactor, and Ben Franklin flying a key with his kite, hoping for a lightning bolt to strike. Any one of these could kill him, but he tells them their lives are in danger and they need to come with him. But the situation gets out of hand, and the sister storms away. The fireworks are about to begin, and the soldiers leave their post, but the cannon rammer falls over, knocks a cannonball loose, and rolls into a wooden post holding up the fireworks launcher on her neck. She's dragged across the fairgrounds and is seconds away from sliding into the gun carriage, but Kevin here steals a sword, cutting the rope just before she gets impaled. Okay, Kevin screwed up here big time. This girl did not appreciate that they were trying to save her life, and has been disrespected. Here is that this girl is better off dead. People will miss her, but she's a terrible role model to her friends, and her death will shock them into being better people. If good people die and bad people live, it teaches us all that our actions don't have consequences. This is the one time I'm on Death's side here. There are 4 survivors remaining, and Wendy and Kevin here are next on Death's hit list. Suddenly, Kevin gets kicked by the horse into a table, sending a shish kebab flying into the gas line of a propane tank. It explodes into a fireball, but Wendy saves him at the last minute. Dave skipped the death order. She remembers that his last name, McKinley, is the same name as her school, and that's the shirt she was wearing in the picture. Helping her friend off the ground, they try to run away, but the goth kid stops them. She begs him to stay away, but when she says this, he realizes that he's the cause of her death. 7 down and 3 survivors remaining. 5 months later, and the death cycle has stopped. Wendy is taking a subway with her friends and is thankful to be alive. That's when she suddenly hears a busker playing Turn Around, Look at Me, the same song that played on the radio at the drive-thru, and that this is no coincidence. Death has brought them all together and is going to take them all out. Further down the tracks, a rat triggers the wiring to switch the rail line, and the train hits it, crashing through the tunnels. Wendy's sister gets hit by a loose wheel, and the train tips onto its side, and they all panic. He pulls down on the emergency brake, and the sisters try to force open the doors, but the train won't stop. And Death finally gets his revenge. Don't forget to use the link in the description to get your own disc plates, like this great one here of Final Destination.